Welcome to day 11 of Keeping a Notebook. I'm very glad you're here. Here is Betsy the writing camper from a distance. I will be speaking to you from inside Betsy. You can also see the two fat stumps from our outside my window exercise. Today's writing chat is titled Gratitude.
Hi, writing friends. Glad you're here. Let's have our high five. Hand up. Welcome back. Today's writing chat is titled Gratitude. I have done some reading about how writing about things we are grateful for can truly make us happier people if we do this with the plan and hope and wish to become a happier person. So I have linked to a couple articles about this at the end of today's video, and I'm also reading this book, I'm almost done with it, titled A Simple Act of Gratitude by John Kralik. And this book is about the true story of a man who his life was going through some hard times, and he decided he would write 365 thank you notes. And during the course of that project, his life became richer and deeper and more meaningful, partially a lot because he started to pay attention to the things that he was thankful for. So I'm truly enjoying this book. And both this book and a delightful email I received from a nurse educator and nurse practitioner named Anne from Western New York. She offered some suggestions of things we could write about, and she also suggested that we could think about things we're grateful for and things we're thankful for. So this is today's work. For me, it was today's work, and I'd like to share with you what I did. One of the things I read in one of the articles from Greater Good magazine is that it helps to do this not to just list tons of things you're grateful for, but rather than to think of a few, and especially to think about people. So I listed 3 things that I am currently grateful for. One is Lenny at the farmer's market, at the flea market I go to. Another is the 16 fluffy chicks we have in our milk house right now. And the third is my soft pillow and heavy blanket that I sleep with every night. So I looked at these and I wanted to experiment with writing about a person. So I decided to write about Lenny. I thought that I would write this much, but I ended up writing a lot more than I expected. So let me share it with you. You'll see it doesn't start with Lenny. It starts with setting the scene a little bit. Many weekends I go to the flea market near our house. This place has only been around for a few years, but in that short time, it has become a favorite haunt of mine. If you came with me, you would see a couple of long buildings, each with many garage doors. When the weather is good, the garage doors are all open, and each one is a little stall for selling stuff. Many vendors sell antiques. One lady has aprons and quilts and old tablecloths. One man sells refinished furniture. Another has small tools, and many stalls are full of just a hodgepodge. I even bought an old pair of glasses from here and have the lenses made for my own eyes. My favorite stall is Lenny's stall. He sells fruits and vegetables and candy and chips and the occasional strange item like a crock pot. From week to week, you never know what he will have for sale. Always the prices are very, very inexpensive, and usually I find something I was not expecting. I'm not a person who needs everything perfect, and Lenny knows this. So as I shop, he will sometimes show me a good deal. Once he brought me a huge box of Brussels sprouts that were a little frozen and said it was $10, but since they were frozen, I could buy the whole box for $2. Of course, I did. And now I have 3 big bags of Brussels sprouts in my freezer waiting to be a meal. Sometimes I pick out something like a box of peppers or apples, and Lenny says, "That's the deal of the day." And as I carry the box, I think about what I will make. Maybe stuffed peppers, maybe applesauce. I think about Lenny's place as part of the farmer's market and part of the food, as part farmer's market and part food flea market, because he also sells so much other food like cereal, chips, and candy. These things are always out of date, but they always taste perfect. And it's funny to have the most enormous bag of candy for the tiniest price, which is always how it goes at Lenny's market. Lenny always has a big smile and always shows me a new kind of grape or teaches me about planting holly or something else. He does not grow all the produce he sells, but he resells it happy and generously. At times, he will pop a lettuce or another vegetable onto my pile and proclaim, "No charge." There's always a crock pot of food for Lenny's workers and always good cheer and curiosity at Lenny's stall. It is a much more fascinating and friendly place than a big fancy supermarket. And I am grateful that I found Lenny, and I need to tell him that. The rainbows of inexpensive fruits and veggies make my life richer. So I've never written about Lenny before. And now when I go there next time, I will absolutely go with a more full heart. So today, what we do is we think of things we're grateful for. You might choose to make a longer list or just write one thing. Think about what you're thankful for, and then go ahead and write long about it. If you do this on a regular basis, once a week or so, one thing that can happen is you and I and all of us who do this it will help us pay attention to our lives with a grateful stance. So we'll be thinking not just about this happened to me, but how did this make my life better? So I thank you for joining me, and I wish you lots of joy in thinking about what you are grateful for, what you are thankful for. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take good care. It's a windy day here in Western New York, and I am thinking about you and sending you all my good vibes.
This is a short gratitude list I made and the beginning of some writing about Lenny. And here is where I wrote more about Lenny of my favorite farmer's market. Author and lawyer John Kralik wrote 365 thank you notes, and in doing so, he changed how he saw his life.
Hello, little chick-chicks. That one's so small.
Thank you very much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again. I'm grateful for you.